Now he does. He's got all that Spotify money.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
oh my
dude.
God. Hey everybody, we're
That's what we need.
live.
What's up?
I liked how many downvotes that got too. The Joe Rogan. Hey everybody, go to Spotify. It's gonna be the same. We're gonna upload it everywhere, but then at the end of the year, we're gonna be exclusive to Spotify. People are like,
I'll never listen to it again.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I just never look for it.
Yeah.
It
So
just
is that-
happens to be on my playlist.
Is Spotify like crazy investing into podcasts? Because they just
Yes.
they went exclusive with last podcast on the left too.
Ah, interesting.
Mhm. Yeah,
We're
and they
aiming
also
for a
spend,
deal.
like they're
Jason's talking.
acquiring other podcast networks. Like they bought Gimlet Media, which has like Reply All and a bunch and other things. Like they spent more than $100 million just before Joe Rogan.
They-
Interesting.
I recently listened to a Spotify podcast that really made me angry.
Which one was that?
They released a podcast about
Howard Stern.
the Howard Stern podcast. They released a podcast by a journalist that used to write for the New Yorker.
Mhm.
And
So-called
the
journalist.
setup of the podcast is 10 years ago, he heard a story from a friend who had a friend in the CIA who heard it from somebody else in the CIA that the CIA wrote this rock anthem called Wind of Change by the Scorpions. And it's
What?
an 8-hour thing. It's a crazy story. It's insane. I'm like, I am in. I want to hear this. And throughout the entire thing, this journalist can't even get one other person to admit they've even heard that story. And he did like an 8-hour thing about it.
Oh
And I'm
my.
like,
Wow.
that's kind of like really irresponsible as a journalist.
Yeah.
To go off on this wild tangent that you cannot prove and put it out like to make people think like I don't know.
It's almost like he pitched it to his bosses and they're like, no, you can't do it. And he's like, fuck you, I'm going to do a podcast about it.
I'm doing it on Spotify.
Yeah.
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 So
Anyway,
it's just
well-
8 hours of fact checking that ends up
Yeah.
with nothing.
Welcome to Podcast Talk, everybody. We just talk about different podcasts,
Yeah, yeah.
like just the podcast,
Yeah,
pod biz, acquisitions,
Oh
what's
shit, we're
hot.
live.
Yeah,
And also, we're for sale. Spotify wants to invest.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Spotify live streams.
I will chase down any conspiracy theory for you, Spotify, just for those sweet, sweet clicks.
Yeah.
All right, since we're on the conspiracy thing, let's. I've got a character prompt that's conspiracy.
Yes. Love it.
Biz says, I remember
You are
studying
Denia
journalism.
Twain, Shenia's cousin who believes everything is a conspiracy.
Denia Twain.
Denia Twain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Biz says, I remember studying journalism and being told if I made up anything, I'd get a fail. Yeah, that's a pretty good teacher you had. I had to say that to a reporter before. I'm like, you can't make stuff up. Or you can't
had
say
to
things
say
that
that
aren't
to somebody?
true. But we're still good. friends.
Really?
Yeah, that's true. That's a true story. Because he was just saying like something about, I don't know, like he's not gonna be watching this, but he was
Find
saying
out.
like it was about a high school kid and he was like, the critics said he couldn't do it. I'm like, what critics? This kid's in high school, you know? And he's like, well, there was not
His
really
mom,
critics.
his dad.
I'm like, you can't
cousins.
say that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Family.
you know, you can lie about an entire basketball team being at another basketball game watching from the stands and still win journalism awards if
Oh,
your
yeah.
name is Mitch Album.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That is absolutely true.
You are trying to enter a grocery store where you are stopped by an employee that tells you have to have a mask on to enter the store.
So
You tell her, it's okay, I don't believe in this hoax and I
Oh
need to
my
buy some fruit
God.
to make a smoothie. She says she'll get it for you and then starts laughing at your expense.
Oh.
that's nice. That's nice of her.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you just put exclamation next, right? And then
Yes.
like what?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
By the way, Biz, Andy and I are both former journalists. That's true. True fact.
Yes. Former journalist.
Yeah.
So am I. I made
Oh
that
yeah,
up.
Jim, you were.
I
Oh,
made it
Jim
up.
made that
I
up.
made it up.
Jim is a
Fact check me, I dare you.
Jim is the provocateur. We did fact check you right now.
I do
Actually, Bash is also in the chat, a former journalist.
Well, I'm gonna sue you for libel for fact
Mhm.
checking.
There's an old
Well-
fumbling around episode back when I used to actually do that show where Tony and I dished like journalism.
Oh my
gossip for,
God,
like,
yeah,
two and a
just
half
told-
hours.
Yeah,
Oh,
like just embarrassing stories and
Yeah.
whatever.
I'll have to pull that up. Yeah.
And Jim, if you were a journalist, you'd know that you can't sue us for libel. You could sue us for slander.
Well, that's it.
Mhm.
I read it down.
Yeah, that's the story.
Going to jail.
Wait, you wrote down something somebody else said, and you sued them for libel?
Oh, Biz, you're also?
Oh, I didn't know you were.
You say, I am a big strong girl, and you can't laugh at me or else. She replies, oh come on. It was just a joke.
Oh, okay, well, sounds nice.
Yeah.
I feel like Denia is gonna make this grocery store employees' life a living hell.
Yeah, I mean,
Get the manager.
yeah, is Ellen there? Can she come talk about the brand?
You
know.
slap her in the face
This'll
and
be
say,
too
man,
traumatic
I
for
feel
her."
like a woman. She laughs and says, well, you should be used to people being mean to you by now.
Whoa!
Oh wow!
You should be used to people.
Yeah. She took that slap well, though.
Yeah, demand the manager. Yeah, let's get this shit turned up. Man, I feel.
I mean,
like
we're being
a
mild. Like
woman.
there's stories about people getting fucking shot, for
yeah,
challenging customers.
multiple.
Yeah.
That-
I
that's
haven't
it.
watched the news in like 3 weeks.
Biz says, "Say that don't impress me much."
We'll save that. We'll save that. We'll save that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
You say, just cause everyone is always rude to me, doesn't mean I'm used to it.
Uh-huh.
The employee gets up and leaves with her mask. You turn back around and ask if there is anything else you can do for her. She responds by saying, of course, and puts on her mask. When you exit the store, you find yourself in a dark alleyway.
Oh no,
Okay.
a dark alleyway.
What
I
is she
think
doing?
that was like that was sarcasm.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Said, can I help you or whatever?
What's she doing in that dark
Yeah.
alleyway?
I see. I got it.
Alleyway in black. Yeah, that's funny. Is she going to get something like I'll show you something dirty. Let me get some dirty diapers from the dumpster. Roam in your store. And you can wear a mask. But other than
Yeah,
that,
a dark alleyway. That's a bad sign.
Yeah. I like that a grocery store, their front door just opens into a dark alleyway.
Yeah.
That's scary.
yeah, very scary. Oh!
You see a man sitting in a car.
Here we go.
He rolls down the window. It is Joe Rogan. Did you get my kombucha? Joe asks you, greater than no. Joe smiles and waves his hand dismissively. Sorry, no. It tastes terrible. You sigh and walk away disappointed.
I walk away disappointed.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim makes good kombucha.
Yeah. It's honestly
He's,
some of the good stuff. I've had some bad kombucha experiences, but that
Yeah.
that is some tasty stuff.
Yeah, so have I.
Jim makes artisanal kombucha.
You should sell it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with mineral water and essences and no,
Yeah.
Getting love.
but it's good. I'll give you
Your
some.
life's mission is to get Joe Rogan the good kombucha.
Uh-huh.
A few weeks pass. You
Okay.
wake up in a cold
Taking a
sweat as you
while.
realize you forgot something important while you were asleep.
The
You
kombucha.
quickly grab your phone and check the time. It's already past noon. You look out the window and notice the sun has set completely.
Oh,
The sky looks like it's going to explode into flames.
Oh
what
shit.
hemisphere is that?
Wow.
Oh, shit. It's past noon, but the sun is set completely, and the sky's gonna
Yeah,
the flames. This got real,
Jason-
real fast.
I know.
Jason, you got something?
Yeah.
I got something if you don't.
The libel kombucha by Jim. That's what Besh says. That's a good
Called slander.
libel libations. Biz, would you ever advertise that you make something with hate? That's good. That's a good point. You should. If anybody would do that, it would be Jim.
Yeah.
Made with hate.
Made with
You
hate.
deny the world is ending and rush to the store to demand the manager and get the good kombucha they don't sell to the public.
Yeah.
When you arrive, the store is empty except for one clerk behind the counter. She looks up when she sees you,
Oh, it's
but
her.
doesn't react. She knows what you're doing though. She's been waiting for you all night. Joe walks over to the counter. Hey, how much is this good stuff? Do you even know? He asks.
Okay.
How much is this
Do you
good
even
stuff?
know?
I feel like we're in a dispensary.
Yeah. Also, yeah,
I want to
feel
guess.
like the end of the world's happening, and everything's emptied out. Yeah.
I thought about that. It's like everyone's wearing their masks, and then the meteor hits.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Denial.
Like
Joe Rogan asking, hey, do you know how much this good stuff is?
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
Are you
It's $1.99 a can.
Do you even know?
Do you even know?
Guys, I'm gonna get stickers to put on my kombucha that says "made with 0% urine."
Okay. That'll have them flying off the shelves.
Well, all water is recycled. You could say part of this water used to be urine.
Go the other way.
Bill Gates would drink it.
Oh yeah, this contents will become urine soon.
Yeah. Future urine.
Oh yeah. I can fix that.
17 million. Oh wait, here, let me fix it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Vampire Bill Gates would love it. Oh my god. We need to find a way to include Vampire Bill Gates in every episode.
You see the price tag. The good kombucha is $17 million. Oh, dollars. Joe
Right.
raises his eyebrows and nods. That's not bad. Let's go get some of that. You nod back and follow Joe outside. The place looks
Oh, Joe's
abandoned.
with you.
There are a lot of cars parked here, but nobody is inside. Joe opens a door and steps inside. What's wrong with this town? He asks.
That's not bad. Let's get some of that. Joe's just got $17 million of cash.
Yeah, well, this starting to make sense.
Now because
Yeah.
only because of that Spotify deal.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know any. I need a show that will allow me to sell supplements to my listeners. That's
Yeah.
that's the
That's where the
lesson.
money is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then just take a picture to show how well it's affecting you and just make it red.
Yeah, yes. I keep getting redder and redder until it looks like I have.
Until you're like, just the whole
Yeah.
picture's red. Oh, okay, here we go. The town is called Ends Nigh, yeah. I like that movie a lot. I feel like it kind of got blown over.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like the Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, the
Trilogy.
bar at the end of the world?
Yeah, yeah.
I hated that movie.
Joe tells you
What?
he will sell his
Yeah.
podcast to Spotify to raise
And I
money to
loved
get
all
the
the other
good
ones.
kombucha. Joe explains that he wants to live a normal life again after
World's
getting
End, yeah.
involved in a number of conspiracies. He
Oh.
also mentions that he has an agent looking for him, so he needs to move fast. You decide to join him.
Okay.
Mm. An agent looking for him, like a federal agent? Or his own agent from like the William Morris agency.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
He's got Pinkertons looking after him.
Pinkertons. What if it turned out Dog the Bounty Hunter is really a Pinkerton?
Oh my god. I would watch
You see a sign that the town is now called Ends Nigh.
There you go.
You
Besh.
start walking towards the sign. As you walk, Joe calls out to you. There's a guy walking towards us. He seems nice. Let's talk to him. You stop and listen to what Joe said. He said the guy walked right past him and kept walking. He thought he looked pretty cool though. You keep walking.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
It did not seem important.
Yeah, that seems ominous.
Yeah.
sir? Sir? I don't care about you. If you were an agent, how far could you pick up your important butt?
I don't know if you're Biz, are you talking the language of the streaks, like how far you could big up your job? Like, yeah, big up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big up.
Industry.
You, the cool man,
okay.
looks back and taps his heel. Joe Rogan turns back to meet him. The cool man hands Joe Rogan a top secret document.
Oh.
Joe reads the paper. He takes a deep breath and looks at you. This is real. I want you to help me save the world from evil aliens.
Oh.
Whoa!
Aliens!
Evil aliens!
Yes!
Evil ones.
Oh, they're evil.
Denias chimes up and says this is a Obama conspiracy.
this is Obamagate.
Yeah. This is what Mr.
Okay.
Trump meant when he was saying Obamagate. It was the evil aliens. This is it.
This is what he was talking about.
Here comes the Men in Black. Yeah, hopefully. Come on. Rack up that Men in Black counter. The man is Tommy Lee Jones.
That QAnon pizzeria.
You say, sure, but first, I need a slice of pizza at that QAnon pizzeria.
The basement.
Greater than you agree to help Joe, you agree to help Joe. You head off to the restaurant. Once there, you order a large pepperoni pie. After eating
Nice.
it, you return home. Later that evening, you get a call from Joe. He tells you he got the documents and that he has decided to attack the alien base.
Okay.
Oh,
We knew that
wow.
already.
Okay. Joe, you're just gonna do that alone? You're just gonna go attack the
Yeah.
He's got Jinjitsu or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He's a champion kickboxer from back in the day, or
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu. I don't know what the hell he did. There's videos of him knocking people out, like in tournaments.
Yeah.
It's all kung fu to me.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yeah.
Of course.
They're all made
You,
of
the evil
pepperoni.
alien base is located in the basement of the QAnon pizzeria. Greater than you
Gosh.
go to the QAnon pizzeria, you drive to the QAnon pizzeria. Inside, the cashier greets you. Hi, I'm Veronica.
Oh, okay.
What did you want
Mm.
for lunch today?
No, I got
You
this.
reply, we've arrived at the best pizza joint ever. Veronica thinks about it for a moment.
That is the funniest thing that you could say to somebody, to a server. If
Yeah.
you sat down at a restaurant and they asked you what you wanted and you told them that you had arrived at the best pizza.
Yeah.
It's like a commercial. You're like, what the?
Mhm.
What's
We've
wrong
arrived.
with
You demand to see the manager and be allowed into the basement. The
Ooh.
manager comes out. He looks at you and then you. Okay, I'll let you in, but only under 2 conditions.
Mm.
You agree to both conditions.
you?
All
What are
right,
they?
We'll
we
never
have to
know.
hurry up since the aliens aren't letting
We
anyone
didn't
in
read the
yet.
contract.
You tell the
Yeah.
manager and enter the basement. Inside, you see a giant wall covered in posters.
Oh.
It's like still a secret. They're like, look, the basement is just completely normal.
Yeah.
You accepted the terms and conditions, yeah. Denia's gotta deny it.
Yeah, now we're in the belly of the beast. We
Probably
accepted
one of
the
those
terms and conditions.
Yeah.
Probably one of those big conspiracy walls. You know, it's got strings on it.
Oh, yeah.
A bunch of posters.
Poster? Yeah, what kind of posters? I feel like
Hillary 2016.
order the special pizza.
You, the manager,
Oh,
now
yes.
tells you the 2 conditions. You must accept the evil aliens as your new overlords and you will never be allowed to leave the basement again. You reluctantly agree to the terms. You soon hear a loud noise echoing through the entire underground. You immediately think it's the aliens, but then you remember that the walls are made of posters too. After a couple minutes, you finally reach the bottom of the stairs. You see a huge room filled with posters. A group of people wearing black suits sit at a table.
Oh,
Ooh.
people in black.
Yeah, that's Men in Black. That's a bunch of Men in Black.
I'll try like 6.
Yeah.
All right. You just sit there and quietly say nothing.
That's a move.
The pizza's great here, isn't it?
You
Yeah.
sit down at the table and say nothing. One by one the people come forward and begin reading the papers. They read them aloud and point at certain pictures. Finally, one person speaks up. I believe those are our overlords. Everyone looks around confused. You hear someone shout and run towards the noise. When you arrive, you find yourself face to face with a tall balding man dressed in a suit and tie.
What color?
Yeah. What color?
Those are our
Black
overlords.
suit.
Yeah. These people showed up after we accepted the evil aliens biz.
Yeah.
There we go.
Good. Forgot who we were.
Yep.
Denia. Yeah, we're surprisingly
You
not
say that don't impress me much. So what do you make of these things? The man says. You look at each other and shake your head. Well, I guess the aliens are just trying to scare us into submission or something. Either way, we better get on with it or else they'll kill us all. You sigh and say, fine, whatever.
Oh,
What?
Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like we need to steal their technology to
Yeah.
defeat them.
I feel like we're still denying that aliens are here.
I know.
Even though
Hulk?
we signed to the agreement, they're like, yeah, sure, the real aliens, they're really coming. All right.
I mean, in the pizzeria, the manager said, "I'll let you down there with 2 conditions," and you're just like, "Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
whatever they are."
Agreed before you even heard them, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta save Earth, I guess. Black wholesome. Ah!
Hillary Clinton walks in, wearing a pantsuit made entirely of posters. I know how to defeat the aliens, she says, holding up a copy of Independence Day. The man looks at her like she's a complete idiot. How do you know what's going on? We're supposed to be allies against the aliens. She smiles and points at herself. Oh, that's okay, I can figure out what's going on myself. Look at my poster. She holds up a picture of a smiling woman in a red dress.
It's her.
It's a lady in red.
We need an old Mac and GF Goldberg.
That's Jeff Goldblum's cousin.
Ah.
Geoff Goldblum. Oh, Bash got spammed.
I'm sorry.
Or, I mean, he got banned.
Yeah, I don't know what the symbols were.
Censored.
Too many exclamations. Oh, sorry.
But you
Man,
can still,
Nightbot-
it's crossed out, but you can still see it.
Yeah, Nightbot is very strict.
Yeah.
Yes.
I gotta make it less strict.
Whoa.
Whew.
The poster held by Hillary Clinton explodes. It was hit by a laser gun. A giant alien enters the room and consumes her whole.
Whoa!
The man looks at you. What the hell happened here? Why did this happen to us? This isn't fair. You shrug and say, it's not really our fault anyway, we were just following orders. The man asks, why didn't you try to stop them? We could have stopped them if we had listened to you.
Oh, okay. What do we say back to that? Why didn't you try to stop him, Denia? We could have stopped them if they had listened to you.
We could have stopped them if we had listened to you.
Oh, wait.
Welcome to Earth, bitch.
Earth.
You have something, Jason?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Don't mean to get political, but we're
Alright.
already in it.
But
Oh boy.
Sorry.
He'll clear all this up.
yeah.
You say because it's all a lie. This is clearly lies by Obama. President Trump will clear all this up. The man stares at you. Are you serious? Are you telling me this is true? Is this even possible? You smile and nod. Yes. Yes, it is. And I'm glad you're willing to help. The man nods and steps forward. Let's get started.
Obviously. Yep. Oh no, the guy believes us. These are the people responsible for saving the universe?
Yeah.
Get started. Do you think if you asked Trump why he puts gate on the end of Obama and that means it's a controversy, do you think he would know where that comes from?
No, I think he has no idea. No.
He would, if you asked him
That's a good question.
Like with like the first thing that had gate as a suffix, do you think that he would know the answer to that question?
Yeah, I don't know if you could connect it to Watergate. That is a great question.
You show everyone the dance moves you learned from working on your sister's music video several years ago. The man begins to chant in unison. We are the great white divine righteous civilization.
Whoa,
We will not be
my
submitted to
God.
evil enemies. We shall survive and thrive in this new world order. Suddenly, a beam of light shoots out of his hand, hitting you directly in the chest.
whoa.
Oh my God. Bash using his V-bomb judiciously.
You ask the man his name. He says Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid is having
Afterwards,
a meltdown.
the man turns around and addresses everyone. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Now, I will give you guys some advice.
Now.
If you want to survive this ordeal, you need to start acting like men. Like leaders. Like warriors. Like the kind of people who would take charge rather than sitting back and waiting for orders.
Ooh, boy. Is it because we said Trump that it immediately got racist?
Yes, I think so.
I think
It took a left turn like right into that. But I mean, we were into QAnon, so you should expect it. I'm just glad it hasn't gotten into the other aspects of QAnon and the pizza place.
Yeah. Yeah, Randy Quaid has been posting like videos on YouTube with him just like crying and like, I don't know, just nonsensical stuff.
Is he still in Canada?
I think so.
Yeah, that dude is off the rails.
Yeah. Contact the Space Force.
I'm excited for that show on Netflix.
You, the beam of light, is still burning a hole in your chest. You put your finger in the hole, and it tears open the space-time continuum. Suddenly, you feel a surge of energy go through you. Your heart beats faster and you feel incredible strength flowing through you. You feel like you could rip apart the universe itself to protect your friends.
Holy
Then, you realize that you are no longer being attacked by anything. All of the energy has been drained away from you, leaving you weak and tired.
Because you denied you
You
had the
collapse
power.
onto the ground.
I feel like we could have had the power, but we were like, what power? And it left us. It's like, oh, fuck it all. Fuck it all. Let the universe be destroyed. Now you feel like a woman.
Man, I feel like a woman.
That's great. That would be, yeah, that's a nice. For a second, we had godlike powers, but
Yeah.
I know, we squandered it.
yeah, really, really do. Can you imagine himself? Like, just a person who does not deserve it. gets the power, and they're like, I'm just gonna run away.
You awaken and are told the surge of energy destroyed all the aliens and Alex Jones.
Ooh.
At the end of the day, you decide to stay in the basement. You have a lot of work to do.
Okay.
You have a lot of work to do. Doing what?
I mean, we got to clean up the civilization after the attack of aliens, I guess. I don't know. Or we can become a blogger. That's where all bloggers work from. The basement.
Yeah. You got it? Yeah, go for it.
I don't have anything. I don't know.
I mean, is that a place to end?
That's a good place to end.
Yeah.
Is that a wholesome?
No.
Kind of wholesome.
No, not really.
Okay.
Sad.
It could have been if she used it to save the universe and stop Denia and everything, but Denia?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Denia Twain.
Denia Twain.
Yep.
Flew too close.
Yeah.
I feel like the Joe Rogan podcast is going to do a whole 10-part series on what we just went through, and then sell us blenders.
Yeah.
I've actually never listened to an entire because it's so long that show. But I watch clips of it.
I watched the
Like
clips,
the guest he has on YouTube.
Same here. Maybe the clips will still be on YouTube, just not the whole shows.
Yeah.
Or they'll come out late.
Got a character, Andy? Yeah.
I'm just gonna put words together.
Okay, yeah, do it up.
You mean My Pillow, Besh? He says, "Does Mr. Pillow
Does
advertise?"
Mr. Pillow? If I make a pillow company, I'll call it Mr. Pillow. What a weird guy, and he likes to be in all the commercials. I ate my pillow. Don't you want to sleep on a thing that I enjoy? Look at me.
I sleep on this. Don't you want to be like me?
Yeah. In fact, if you sleep on my pillow, I'm kind of there with you.
It's made of husk.
Get out of my room.
Yeah.
Please leave, Mr. My Pillow.
When you're about to fall asleep, you feel a breath on your ear. That's just me.
Mommy, I'm scared.
Yeah. I figured out the technology to let me breathe through my pillow technology.
You are Loopendia, a scoundrel and drunk who has just been kicked out of his paternal grandfather's yoga studio for stealing used mats.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Hello. Usually they ask you to sleep with you, not on them. Alright, what's Loopendia up to?
What? How do you do this next one?
Just type exclamation point next and then describe the situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we've been kicked out of. So let's go to our maternal grandfather's yoga studio. And hope he didn't call or talk to the other guy.
But what's he doing with the mats?
That's a good question.
Yeah. What can you do with?
A scoundrel and drunk.
Okay. Yes. Perfect. Namaste.
You swear revenge on your paternal grandfather. You start walking to your maternal grandfather's yoga
Gross.
studio. Greater than you walk to the yoga studio, you walk towards the yoga studio. The sun is shining brightly and you feel refreshed after your long walk in the afternoon. A man with an unkempt beard approaches you.
Yeah.
He looks like he might be homeless or perhaps even living under a bridge. His eyes are bloodshot from drinking too much beer earlier that day.
It's Aces.
Hey.
Hey!
Hey, that was Besh that said that. I just wanted to laugh.
Hey! From drinking too much beer earlier that day. Hey!
Hey!
That is outstanding.
Homeless, I'm a senior programmer.
Yeah.
I make $400,000 a year.
But that's not enough for an apartment in San Diego.
Namaste, bro. Get away from me, you homeless drunk! Is Loopendia a guy or a girl?
I guess we don't know yet.
Yeah.
All we know is they are a scoundrel and a drunk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
His server farm is under the bridge.
The man asks where the yoga mat he paid for us. You promise you'll get it to him. You head down the stairs into the basement. There is no one else here, so you take a seat at a table and look around. At first you notice several broken pieces of furniture scattered about the room. Then you notice a large black suitcase lying next to a couch.
Ooh.
It seems odd, but then again this place could have a lot of purposes.
Yeah, I can see this being like a yoga studio / podcast studio / meeting, like Alcoholics Anonymous meeting room.
Yeah, perfect. Jim, that's exactly what.
You
trying to
open the
tease us.
suitcase.
Uh-huh.
Inside is a small leather bag containing 2 bottles of red liquid. One bottle contains alcohol, the other a strong-smelling drug called skunk. Both seem to be common enough items. You wonder if they were stolen from some store. You quickly pour yourself a drink from both bottles. This should help you pass the time while you think through what you're going to do about the thief.
Time to get drunk and then skunked.
Wait, the thief?
Yeah, wait. Oh, we're the thief.
Oh, are
now.
we stealing mats and not realizing that we're the ones we're investigating ourselves, like our drunken self?
Yeah.
You can't remember who stole them, but you
Yeah,
did
yeah.
when you were drunk.
Or maybe we're afraid. Yeah. Or we still.
It's like
yeah.
a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is kind of like Fight Club. You were Tyler's complete like a recollection.
Yeah.
You drink the entire glass of skunk. Instead of drinking the other one, you pour another glass of skunk and drink that, too.
Yeah.
After all, you don't want to be sober when you return to the yoga studio.
Yeah, buddy.
Good call, good
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. Grandpa stops you. Hey, Loopendia, you can't be coming.
Yeah.
You are clearly fucked up. Your eyes are bleeding right now. Oh, how much skunk you've done.
Yeah.
Skunk.
Yeah. That's a great name for a.
Yeah, we probably smashed. We were probably the one that smashed the furniture previously.
You
Oh,
smash
yeah.
up some of the unbroken furniture, then you take an old yoga mat and head home.
Uh-huh.
Later that night, you wake up in bed. You remember the incident last night. You also remember that you drank a little too much and passed out. When you woke up, you had forgotten everything except the feeling of being high.
That's what skunk
What
does.
happened? Why did you forget everything? Did someone force you to do something? What will happen now?
Oh yeah. Drink more skunk, do more crimes, wake up and forget
Yeah.
about the whole thing. That's our. That is our rampage.
Is there a real
And then-
drink called skunk? I wonder.
Probably not. Hey, Ellen, what's up?
Hey, Ellen.
Hello. Hello.
It's the perfect alibi, and also the perfect whirlwind of a crime spree. Did Ellen bring home any skunk? I don't know, Ellen? No. Oh. Yep. I got a whole case full of skunk right here.
You have a
I,
foggy memory of doing something bad. You can't remember, but the old homeless definitely convinced you to do something nasty last night. It takes you a while
Oh,
to realize
look at
that
that.
you've fallen
Cat to cat.
asleep. Your mind wanders back and forth between the past and the future. How will you deal with this situation? Will you try to change things? Or will you simply accept them as they are?
Ooh.
Ooh.
This is our moment.
Yeah, what? This is
No.
a make or break for Loopendia here.
Yeah, is this Loopendia hitting his or her bottom?
I know what Jim's gonna say.
Oh.
Do you?
I'm gonna say accept things. Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna type accept things as they are.
The solution. The valid solution.
You wake up and go downstairs. You pour yourself a small glass of skunk from the fridge. You sit down at the kitchen table and wait for the morning light to come in. Your phone starts ringing. You pick it up. It's your mother. Hello, you say.
Oh.
Hi, honey. I'm sorry about yesterday. Are you okay? She says. Yeah, I'm fine. Do you have anything to eat?
And I think that if you go downstairs and have more skunk, you are accepting the way things are.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, your mom's asking if you like.
Go to the mom's house and raid the fridge. Hey, Grandpa told me you were stealing yoga mats. No, what the fuck? He's a fucking liar. You have more
Stop.
skunk?
Sounds like you
You
have anything to
say,
eat.
stop begging me for food, Mom. Oh, I know how you feel. But I need to talk to you right now. She hangs up. You
Oh, this
sigh
is-
and put down the phone. You haven't talked to her since you were young. Now that you're older, you really wish you hadn't.
Oh, wow.
You turn off
desperate.
the TV and settle back into your chair.
Yeah,
How many
she's
things are we
talking like
forgetting?
she's talking like an addict for sure.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I need to talk to you right now. This is a big opportunity.
Our mom's like, you haven't called us in 10 years. Don't
Yeah.
forget this number.
I go where I'm wanted, Loopendia. I named you. You were conceived at Burning Man.
Yep. Oh my god.
It's what we need, more courage.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
There are 2 lines of powdered skunk on the coffee table. You snort those and then call your mother back. Mom, why does my father hate me so much? You ask. Your mother answers.
Oh
I
my
don't know,
God.
son. Maybe because you're
Oh, okay.
different than everyone else.
Loopendia is a
Maybe
dude.
because you weren't raised properly. Whatever the
Oh.
reason, I guess it makes you angry.
Oh.
So angry that you decide to hurt others out of spite.
Whoa.
That's never
Wow.
a good thing.
Wow.
Damn.
Our mom just
That cuts to
zero
the core.
patience.
Yeah.
Yeah, telling it how it is.
Wow.
Really drilling
But it's
deep.
also maybe because you weren't raised properly. I'm assuming she raised us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you piece of crap.
Yeah,
It's
That's
your
what she's
fault,
saying.
but it's a little bit our fault too.
yeah.
Could the skunk addiction be a family habit? I think that's I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true for sure.
100%.
In fact, it was passed on in the womb. we
Yeah.
we never had a chance.
We were a skunk baby.
we were skunk. Doing skunk to the day we die.
Yeah, Biz called it. Skunk addiction is definitely a family habit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you don't see the tracks. No, that's too close to real
You
life.
begin to cry as you
skunk
start to
trails.
inject liquid skunk into your big toe. Your mother continues to speak. Anyway, I'm glad you're not hurting anyone anymore. Just stay away from
Oh,
drugs and
God.
alcohol and you'll be fine. Good
Yeah,
night,
fine,
son.
Mom. Yeah.
With these words, you fall asleep.
That's just like a wishful thought. She's like,
Yeah.
I know it's never gonna happen, but I gotta say it anyway.
Don't do drugs. Good night.
Jim, you came dangerously close to dying, Jim, I think, on that one.
If this carries on, you'll turn into an actual skunk. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's possible. And that's what skunk is made of, people who turn into actual skunks.
Skunk is people.
Skunk
It's
is people.
people.
Yep.
Yeah, we've been stuck on 68 followers for like ever, I feel like. Is it
no,
updating?
Yeah. It's just nobody has followed today.
You'll see, Tony. It's exponential growth. Okay. It
Okay.
seems slow at first, and then it just takes off.
You are shaken
Hopefully.
awake by your neighbor. Stop shaking you,
Hey!
please.
Thanks
He
for the
calls
follow,
out
Alpha.
twice more before leaving.
Oh.
You continue to
69.
shake until you finally
Yeah.
collapse in your chair. You hear your mother calling your name. You slowly rise to your feet and leave your apartment. You walk outside and see your neighbor standing behind you. You tell him to stop following you and leave. He complies.
Yeah, I think we need to acknowledge we officially have 69 followers.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
Mhm.
Like
Or
drop for
69
69 followers. Huh? No,
Or
7.
7. Hell yeah. I7.
I 7 peoples.
But it's a mighty 7.
I feel like our mom's not there, but we just hear her name calling out to us.
Yeah. Yeah, we're having like hallucinations.
Yeah, this is like what's that movie? What's the ass movie?
The what movie? Ass?
Ass to ass.
Oh, Human Centipede?
Requiem for a Dream.
You've been sleepwalking.
Yeah.
You open your eyes and see Ewan standing on train tracks in the dark. The man walks towards you holding a knife.
Uh-oh.
You scream and run.
Whoa.
This is just a living nightmare that we're in a drug-induced nightmare. God, the light. Is it another ghost parent? Yeah, this could be our dad.
Yeah.
Our mom was a piece of shit, but our dad, oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, this is really a cautionary tale about skunk. This is like an after-school special.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Denia Twain here. Don't do skunk.
Yeah. Learn from my cousin's example.
You accidentally run toward him instead of away. He impales you on his giant knife. He yells out, "Whoopsies." You die instantly.
What?
You die instantly.
That's great.
I'm dying. God, I'm dying right now.
Yeah, I got something.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I feel like we know the follow-up to this.
Yeah. This could all be a hallucination.
Or, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think this has scared me off skunk for good, guys.
Yeah, I'm not down with this skunk stuff.
Yeah, I used to say, I can just do it at parties and on the weekends. It's fine. But
Not even
serious
once,
shit.
kids.
Yeah.
Don't do skunk.
Don't do skunk.
P.U. Don't do skunk. Skunk straight.
You open your eyes and realize you've been having another skunk-induced night terror within a nightmare. Greater than you awaken, you groggily wake up.
Yep.
You grab a nearby blanket and wrap it around yourself. You lie there for a few minutes trying to get your senses back. After a couple minutes, you hear your door creak open. A figure steps inside. It's your mother. She looks like she hasn't slept well either. What are you doing here?
She brandishes a knife and stabs you repeatedly in the chest. This is just now your life. You wake up to visions of people stabbing you in the chest.
Yeah.
She's still hungry.
She's still hungry. That's what I was thinking. Like, I'm just checking on you, and is your fridge open?
Do you have any food in the fridge?
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
She sprays you like a skunk. That would be amazing. Yeah.
Essentially getting peed on by our mom.
Yeah.
This is for your own good,
It's
Loopendia.
not news. Yeah, just getting sprayed by an actual skunk ward you off a skunk. Ask for tranquilizers. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
I feel like skunk is just tranquilizers.
Yeah.
What?
We've been
Oh, here,
The skunk
I
is
got
just
something.
rebranded tranquilizers.
It seems to knock us out right away.
Send us into the nightmare realm. Yeah. Skunk.
And you just quickly descend to the nightmare realm. Oh.
Let me go back to them train tracks. Maybe he won't stab me again. Nope, he stabs me every time.
You point at the used needles on the floor next to you. Her face is pale white and her hair is a mess. I was worried sick about you. You explain. So you saw what happened last night, huh?
Yes,
She nods. I did. Well, you shouldn't have been sleeping there anyway. The place smells horrible when people aren't around. Her mouth drops open. Really?
Oh, our mom is fed up with us.
Yeah.
This is like
She knows about the yoga stuff. The yoga mats.
Yeah, Grandpa called. He told me he stole the
Yeah.
yoga mats.
That's true. Yoga mats do smell horrible if
I feel like that might be skunk. It's just like the sweat. The sweat from all the yoga mats. Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Maybe. It would make sense. It would
No,
tie it
yeah.
all together.
That's true. We're the reason why she's the reason why.
Yeah.
We were born addicts.
She didn't raise us good.
Yeah.
Way.
You say, get off your high horse, Mom. You used to get high on skunk, too. She sighs. Okay. You stand up and move closer to her. Look, I'm sorry that we didn't spend time together last night. I should have known better than to let my guard down. I won't make that mistake again. No, it's all right. We can still be friends.
Oh god, you're about to marry your mom. Yes. I learned from watching you, yeah. I don't think we can be friends. I want a mom, not a friend.
Yeah, exactly. That's where all the trouble started.
Yep. And we did skunk together.
Yeah.
You offer your mom a glass of skunk. She
Cycle
accepts it
begins.
gratefully.
Oh.
Thank you, she says.
Oh.
Now, if you ever want to talk or hang out, just knock on my door.
Oh.
You nod and head to your room.
Skunk
As you
buddies.
enter your room, you notice some new items. There's a large bag sitting on your dresser, a box of tissues, and a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got this.
It's not a good sign when your mom asks if you want to hang out sometime.
Yeah. You know, we could just chill or do some skunk or whatever. I love you, son. What's in that bag?
What's in that
bag.
bag?
Tissues, water.
A black suitcase. Bag of porn. We's
The bag is
water
filled with
lube.
old dirty yoga mats. Time to make a mountain of skunk.
Ah.
Oh, okay. Bag of
All right.
Is that
Okay.
it then? Is that the end?
No.
No, we can keep it going.
Okay.
This is gross. Yuck. I said it, but I'm disgusted with it.
Because yoga mats they smell like feet and ass.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And everything in between.
Our mom's like a functioning
You become a skunk
ad.
kingpin. This article is about the Imperial Guard Regiment.
Whoa.
For
yeah.
other
Whoa,
uses,
no.
see Raven Guard, disambiguation.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay, that's a small one.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just like access like a weird like loophole of Discord where it'll just start spitting out information from an article, like one of its Google searches or
Oh,
something.
is that
It's
Warhammer?
like a Wikipedia.
Oh, Warhammer? Okay.
We dipped into a Wikipedia article for just 1 second. We're going right back to the story now.
Weird.
We think Warhammer's real. That's how much skunk we've done.
Yeah.
Warhammer's just like it's a real. I'm telling you, I see it in my dreams. You don't have time to paint all those miniatures. We could be doing 10 times the amount of skunk we're doing if we're.
We gotta go to LA. That's where all the yoga mats are.
Yeah, there you go.
hmm
Oh, here we go. Yeah, our dad is.
You decide to make peace with your father. You freebase some skunk first, then head over to the Potbelly where your father is assistant manager. You apologize profusely to him and he forgives you.
Oh.
He tells you to take care of yourself and not to worry about anything. He also asks you to come back tomorrow to visit. You agree and head home.
Oh, okay. Okay, here we go.
Wow, that
That
was
was
really
easy.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I forgive you, son. Anyway, next in line. Now, what toppings you want on there? They're on the board behind you. Yeah, just look
Ice
out
cream
there.
sandwich.
Yeah.
Can we make up tomorrow? We're on a lunch rush.
Yeah. Son, it's real busy. If you can come visit me, we got a lot of corporate orders today. Who Bash says, I'd like a forgiveness sandwich, please. You want any chips with that? A milkshake?
Yeah, We could upgrade that with a cup of soup for $3.99.
Yeah.
He's probably like on the edge of getting fired.
Yeah. And like the brain teaser of the day they put on the chalkboard is, why don't I get along with my son?
You go back to Potbelly. He takes you in the back where he shoes you gallons upon gallons of skunk he's been saving up. It's all yours, son. You feel great. You feel alive. You feel powerful. And most importantly, you feel clean. You drink it all down, but you need to rest. You sit on the couch watching TV. Suddenly you feel nauseous. Oh shit. You think to yourself, my stomach hurts, I'm gonna throw up.
Son, that was a lifetime supply. You
I
drank it
know.
all.
How are we still alive?
This was supposed to be your retirement, not your Friday night. Oh god. It's finally happened. Oh, skunk weaver Trent.
You are overdosing on skunk. Your body is going through withdrawal.
Okay.
As you sit there feeling ill, you suddenly remember something. Hey Dad, why'd you put the skunk in the freezer? You call out. He answers, because I wanted you to use it first. Now relax, you're safe now. You sit there quietly while you wait for your father to finish talking.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
So he's our spirit. He's our spirit guide. He's kind of helping us out of our. Help us back to the land of the living.
Wow. Maybe skunk's like acid that you can't actually overdose on.
Yeah.
Going through like a hellscape of nightmares.
Oh.
This is like all the sitcoms from the 80s, like the warning of kids going into freezers, like Punky Brewster.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Potbelly's probably got a walk-in freezer.
Oh, okay, that's
You
fair.
climb into the freezer to ease the pain. When you exit, you find yourself in a strange, cold room. It is pitch black. You look around and see a table covered with papers with numbers and letters written on them. On top of the table sits a small vial containing a green liquid. You stare at the vial as you try to make sense of this situation.
Wow.
It's like a Sudoku puzzle for the antidote.
Yeah.
The green fairy, Besh says.
The green fairy.
What is that, absinthe?
Yeah. I've had absinthe before, but not like the wormwood one.
Yeah. I don't think they don't make that anymore, right?
You might. I think you might be able to still get it.
Without questioning anything, you drink the green vial and see what happens.
We didn't read
your
any of the
mind
paper.
goes blank. Your vision blurs and you lose control of your limbs. You fall backwards onto the ground, unconscious.
Backwards.
You lay there for several minutes before you regain consciousness.
Oh.
Is that a new one for falling backwards or no?
Yeah, that's always been.
In a while.
It just hasn't been in a while. What did we just slam though? It's like
yeah, I feel it's like distilled skunk, like ultra pure, like Molly. Molly is to ecstasy.
I got an idea.
Okay, you go for it. Yeah.
Make ice skunk.
Ice skunk. Shatter.
Yeah.
Chunk scat.
Shatter.
Skunk chatter.
This is a long time though for a whole.
Oh yeah, this is the first time we've had the grandfather.
Oh yeah.
You wake up in a hospital bed. You are surrounded by friends and family. You parents are there along with both your grandfathers.
Yeah.
They are both very happy to see you. How long were you out? Your grandmother asks. A few hours, probably less. Good job, kid. Good job. Your father says. Where are they now? Your grandmother asks. They are dead. My grandfather died from an infection caused by his skunk addiction.
Oh!
Cause holy cow!
Wait,
I love how, like, they're congratulating him, like, just like this family's so fucked, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you did it. You're one of us now. You're a man.
I thought it would be like waking up like in
Wizard of Oz.
shit. Yeah, Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
What a subtle. Did we do a hero's dose and now we're one with everything? We reached ego death.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. Yeah.
Uh-oh! Lifetime movie alert! Lifetime movie alert! He's dead. He's gonna die. For
You,
real.
the doctor, enters and tells you that the infection caused by your skunk addiction is spreading.
Oh boy.
They will die soon. We don't know how
Yeah.
much longer you can keep drinking it. You can't believe it. You never thought you would live past this day. You can only hope that your father survives. You continue to listen as the doctor explains more details about the disease that is killing everyone. Finally, the doctor comes to the conclusion.
Oh, whoa.
What
What conclusion? Yeah.
Next bit.
I've
What a
decided to
cliffhanger.
give you the purest skunk that's ever existed.
Mhm.
This is how you're gonna go.
Methadone.
Hopefully the
Is
doctor
there like a
will stay with-
methadone for skunk?
Skunkadone.
Skunkadone, yeah.
202
You continue.
skunks.
All of us here could die within the next few months. We
Whoa.
will start injecting you with drugs so that you stop drinking the stuff.
Oh.
You are confused. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Skunks are dying, and the cure isn't coming. By injecting you with drugs, we will prevent you from dying and give you enough time to live until the cure arrives.
Ah, okay.
That must
Wait.
be. That must be what they call people who are addicted to skunk.
That's
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was
Skunks.
about to say.
Or are we all skunks?
Maybe we're skunks.
Oh
Like,
my
this is a
God.
race of skunk people.
Skunks doing skunk.
Let's see. Here, I have an
Oh,
idea.
guys, Patrick Ewing has COVID.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Man.
Skunks are dying.
Oh my God! All those skunks. Skunky Brewster. Yep.
Skunky Brewster.
That's our dude. Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris comes in. He's 12 years old. He's like, I've got the cure.
Oh, I got something.
Oh, you gotta bring
So
us
you
back
heard this
from
go-
Skunk Bowl?
You die of skunkbola, but your antibodies are used to save the rest of skunk society.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
The plague is stopped. Afterwards, you are taken away by the guards. They tell you that you have saved mankind.
Oh,
They say
wait.
that they wish they had done more. You are brought back to your cell. You are given a bowl of food and told to eat. You refuse. You ask if you can speak to anyone else.
So what, are we in hell or heaven? What is this?
Ah, yeah. It's
You were
another
taken away by
nightmare
the
skunk
guard.
trip, yeah.
So is heaven angels and hell is guards? Like guards come to take you to hell?
Because we
Yeah.
yeah.
Come with me, sir. Can I say bye? No, you can't say bye to your family.
Take us home, Jim. I mean, we just died, so there's the only place we can go is up here now.
In hell, the only place you can go is up.
Yeah.
This summer.
What a horrific drug journey we just put on.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
know.
And who knew that the skunk was actually
You die in your cell of old age, knowing all along that the true cure for skunk is good parenting. You are buried in a skunk cemetery.
Okay, that's good, Ed. That's a good Ed. Will heaven accept us? No. Oh, buried in a skunk cemetery. It's just a mass grave where they throw all the skunked
I know.
bodies.
Like in Central Park.
Yeah. Oh my god. What a wonderful, horrible
Yeah.
journey, but man, it took some twists and turns.
Yeah, it all started out with stealing yoga mats, man. It's a gateway.
Yep, don't
Yeah.
steal yoga mats, people.
And don't make drugs out of yoga mat. Don't burn them for drugs.
Yeah.
For the high.
No, Besh, no! Don't do it! If anything, let this be a PSA
See you,
against
Batch.
Skunk
Yeah.
forever.
Stay away from
It's
that
just
skunk.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it's just Mountain Dew.
I feel like you guys is the program getting smarter,
I
or
think
are you
so.
guys
I honestly think so. It's looped less. It's been going on grander adventures. It seems like.
Yeah.
So.
But
Yeah.
Jason,
Going
you
to
tweaked
sleep
it a
last-
little bit, Jason, haven't you? Like the parameters.
I tweaked it a while ago, but I haven't tweaked it in like probably a month or two. So.
interesting? Because yeah, those were. That was way more coherent than the last time I was.
Yes, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's definitely getting better. So.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, thanks for joining us again, Andy.
Yeah, man.
Of
Thanks for
course.
being on.
It's fun. Anytime.
You got anything
guys.
to plug?
Yeah, you got stuff to.
If you
replug?
want to, if you're watching and you like The Simpsons, join me and Darren and Devin every Sunday night at 7 on the Planet Ant Facebook. We're Facebook Live on Planet Ant and Homerphilia, Twitch, YouTube, all of it. Sunday nights at 7, we watch an episode of Simpsons and then we talk about it.
Yeah. It's a wild ride too. If you thought this was crazy, wait till you hear some of the
Yeah,
wild
a lot
things
of
that happen on
tangents.
Homerphilia. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow
Yep.
night.
Tell your stepdads.
Tell your stepdads.
Bye.
Bye.